afternoon, everyone, and welcome to the Royal Institution's 9th International Research Colloquium.
I'm so blessed, my Lord, I can see you in all the lovely things so fine and true. I see you, Lord, every hour, every day. I can see you, Lord, whenever I pray. I can see you, Lord, whenever I pray.
Together we proclaim our Royal Institution Singapore, fellows of the universe, of the Royal Institution. Bring forth to the universe love, harmony, integrity, peace, and unity.
So once again, welcome to the Royal Institution's 9th International Research Colloquium with the theme Success Stories of Champion Leaders in Education, Business and Industry, and Public Administration in the midst of COVID-19 pandemic. And to give us this afternoon's opening address, may we request Dr. Fellow Professor Dr. Samuel M. Salvador, the Chancellor of Royal Institution Singapore.
I've observed how COVID-19 is a test case for effective and not effective leadership. In my humble opinion, the leader's primarily responsibility is to keep the team safe, cohesive, and still productive. Organization's ability to respond quickly and effectively. Champion leaders empower managers or chief of officers to make the best decisions they can, bearing in mind a clear set of organizational priorities, such as keeping employees safe and behaving ethically towards customers. Clear thresholds should be put in place for when a local manager need to ask for authorization from the center or higher executive leaders. And we call that as create a central and clear list of priorities.
May we now call on Dr. Fellow Dr. Helen S. Molano, the Chief Compliance Officer of Royal Institution Singapore and the President of Royal Institution Philippines, to read the Royal Institution Singapore Board of Secretaries Certification, Statement of Purpose and Criteria for today's International Research Colloquium.
Afternoon, everyone. This Secretary's Certification is excerpt from the Royal Institution Singapore Board of Directors Special Meeting on January 15, 2022. The following resolutions has been passed, approved, and confirmed by the Board of Directors and Governing Council as per Board Resolution Number 2022-001, that Royal Institution Singapore, in coordination with Royal Institution Philippines, will organize an international research colloquium on February 24, 2022 at 2 p.m. via Zoom Teleconference, signed this 24th day of February 2022 by yours truly, Dr. Dr. Helen Malani, Chief Compliance Officer. In this event, participants are entitled to credit points. In this international research colloquium, research papers submitted and presented will be further evaluated for publication in the FRIEdr Research Journal. Our panel of judges will be selecting best paper and best presenter. Thank you and good luck to all our researchers.
Thank you very much, Dr. Fellow Dr. Malani. We will now proceed with the keynote address. So our keynote speaker is the past chairman of Singapore Professional Center, past president of Maruwa Society of Financial Services Professionals, past chairman of Institute of Administrative Management, former honorary consul of Jamaica and Burkina Faso, and founding advisor at the Financial Planning Association of Indonesia and Brunei. He is a chartered financial consultant, certified financial planner, and a senior fellow of the Royal Institute of Management, Singapore. So ladies and gentlemen, let us all welcome Mr. Leong Sze Hian.
So, why do I say that sometimes failing may be better than succeeding? I discovered that my regular failures in my studies could be turned into an advantage. I think the problem, not just in studies, but in real life, at work, in relationships, and what have you, it's a mindset issue. So the bottom line, I think, in business, in work, in your career, whatever, is doing what you do well.
We will now present the Board of Judges for today's International Research Colloquium. So our first judge is a member of the Board of Accountancy of the Professional Regulation Commission of the Philippines and an honorary fellow of the Royal Institution Singapore, Dr. Fellow Professor CPA Dr. Gloria T. Baigsa. Our next judge is a special lecturer at the Polytechnic University of the Philippines and an international visiting professorial fellow of the Royal Institution Singapore, Dr. Fellow Dr. Emeline Puli Brunao. And our last judge is the Deputy Ombudsman for the military and other law enforcement offices of the Philippines. He is also an honorary fellow of the Royal Institution Singapore, the Dr. Fellow CPA Attorney Cyril E. Ramos. Today, 7 scholar-written research papers will be presented. Our first presenter is a Senior Immigration Officer at the Bureau of Immigration, Republic of the Philippines. To present his research paper entitled Strategic Managerial Competencies of Administrators of the Bureau of Immigration Towards Organizational Efficacy in Response to COVID-19 Pandemic, let us all welcome Dr. Ibrahim O. Alonso.
This study determined the strategic managerial competencies of administrators of the Bureau of Immigration towards organizational efficacy in response to COVID-19 pandemic, and sought answer on how the administrators and personnel respondents assess the strategic managerial competencies of the administrators in response to COVID-19 pandemic in terms of professional technical skills, human personal skills, strategic management planning, leadership fellowship skills, communication skills, and decision-making skills.
Our second presenter is a research professor at University of Mindanao. Let us all welcome Dr. Amelie L. Chico for her research, Tracer Study of STAs and Scholars of UM Panabo College.
This study aimed to keep track all the scholars who were graduates of UM Panabo College through a graduate tracer study of Commission on Higher Education. It provides valuable information for evaluating the whereabouts or performance of the graduates in the workplace. The results reveal that most of the graduates were in their 20s and just recently graduated from the university who were able to find a job through someone they knew. All of them are currently employed in the Philippines with regular and permanent status.
Our third presenter is an Associate Professor 5 and the Director of Extension and Training Services of Bataan Peninsula State University. To present her research paper entitled Hope Behind Bars Project, BPSU's commitment to social justice and transformation and sourcing tourism manpower behind bars through education, let us all welcome Dr. Bernadette B. Gabor.
This study, Hope Behind Bars Project, BPSU's commitment to social justice, transformation, and sourcing tourism manpower behind bars through education, is an research based in nature. As State University, we are mandated to perform 4 functions: instruction, research, extension, and production. To comply with our third mandate, which is extension, Bataan Peninsula State University adopted a unique community, which is Bataan District Jail. We conceptualized the project Hope Behind Bars. Hope means helping out people through education in partnership with Bureau of Jail and Management and Penology, Bataan Peninsula State University, and the Technical Education Skills Development Authority. The Hope Behind Bars project is running for its 11th year. Right after completing the required number of time, acquiring the necessary knowledge and skills, we are submitting the national assessment for them to get the national certificate from TESDA that will be used as their instrument in applying for a job.
Our fourth presenter is a professor of School of Business and Management at University of San Jose Recoletos. Let us give a warm round of applause to Dr. Francisco Sigapdula for his research entitled What Made Me Stay? Voices of Tenured Employees.
Okay, this study is sought to answer the following questions. What are the lived experiences of the tenured employees? Second, what are the meanings or essences of these experiences? And third, what model can then be developed based on the findings of the study? Companies in the electronics industry must strengthen their human resource core processes in order to make sure that they will be able to attain a high level of productivity and efficiency through their employees. In order to do this, they must make sure that they are responsive in all their human resource processes. Furthermore, they should be able to develop and implement programs to promote a holistic and inclusive workplace culture for all their employees.
Our fifth presenter is the president of Angel John Integrated Academy Incorporated. To present her research paper entitled Challenges of Same-Sex Parenting, let us all welcome Dr. Fellow CPA Dr. Eleanor F. Geronimo.
This study aimed to understand the challenges of the same-sex parents' experiences in raising their children by answering questions such as how the children of homosexual parents develop positive relationships with their adults, how children handle their social life with peers, and what were the school's experiences in handling children raised by the same-sex parents. In our school, the members of the community were able to extend their hearts and arms to embrace people from this type of family. Equality prevailed. Our study showed that people agree that good parenting is dependent on being a decent person and not on gender. Same-sex parenting has substantially aided society by reducing number of orphans and vulnerable children.
Our sixth presenter is a Business Development and Management Program Director at Capital University. Let us all welcome CPA Dr. Heidi Grace P. Mendoza, together with her co-author, Dr. Malvin F. Hambing, Incorporator and Regional Sales Manager at Macric Philippines Ventures Incorporated, for their research paper entitled Correlation Between Marketing Strategies and Performance Level of Fast Food Restaurants Amidst COVID-19 Pandemic.
This epidemic has an impact on marketing, and it will transform not only the context of marketing, but also how firms approach strategic marketing activities. Specifically, the fundamental piece of marketing, which is the product, the price, the place, the promotion, people, process, and the physical evidence. The growth of the fast food industry is critical. It is the marketing solution that may be used to effectively manage communications, demonstrate advertising performance, and serve as the foundation for promotion and stock mechanics.
Everybody has agreed that to survive, the fast food restaurant must keep on serving quality food that impacts the dining experience of the customer. There is also a need to highlight continued engagement with the customer, most especially that it is no longer face-to-face. There's a need to continue to engage with the customer, especially to meet their expectations.
And our last presenter is a faculty member and lead special education instructor at the College of Education of Philippine Women's University, Manila. To present her research paper entitled Transformational Leadership, a vehicle to post-secondary school outcomes for learners with disabilities, let us all welcome Dr. Maria Lisa E. Tuazon.
The Philippine relevant laws addresses challenges that mandates the compulsory education, including those with special educational needs from elementary to secondary level. School administrators, teachers, counselors, and families, they play a big part. Educational leaders in the schools are the key to success or failure of educational reform. And the field of secondary special education transition program must determine exactly what knowledge and skills educational leaders require to become effective and competent school leaders, where students are not left behind. Examining the current relationships between secondary school leadership skills, knowledge, and practices. This is the relationship between and among leadership skills, knowledge, and practices in special education transition program.
Thank you so much to all our presenters today for presenting your research papers, and congratulations for a job well done. So at this juncture, may we request Dr. Fellow CPA Professor Dr. Gloria T. Baisa, the Chairman of the Board of Judges, for the synthesis.
My congratulations to the researchers for the scholarly research endeavors. Same with the research presentations. Your contribution to new knowledge is worth recognition, and so is the presentation of your research output in a global platform such as this prestigious Royal Institution Singapore International Research Colloquium. It is noteworthy to mention that all the 7 papers focused on education and social issues ranging from pandemic strategies, trainings, educational competencies, skill capability building, same-sex parenting challenges, and learners with disabilities. All the researchers are doctoral degree holders who gave their best to be able to come up with these worthwhile and relevant papers.
And now we will hear a special lecture from Dr. Fellow Chartered Engineer Dr. Man Keong, the President of Singapore Institute of Engineering Technologies.
For any professional body to become successful, you need the good leadership. You can say that word, good leadership, right? That you the right direction, and also you must make the right decision at the right time. That's a key point, right? There's no 100% right or wrong, to be honest. You make the decision, you have to make a decision at certain time. It can be wrong decision sometimes. I never say that you must service in either in SIUT or in MDI in the council. All our decisions are right. For example, in the case of MDI, we do loss in some special project in our partnership with some overseas university. We do. All right? But we learn from our mistake so that we improve as we go on.
Thank you very much, Dr. Man Keong. Okay, at this moment, we will now have an open forum.
this is simply a comment on the research paper of Dr. Bernadette Gabor. One of the findings was that more than 50% of the former participating detainees who are considered to be acquitted inmates, the word that was used was acquitted inmates. Now, there is a special meaning of the word acquitted in terms of law. So acquitted means that one may not have been convicted of a crime, but there was a prior incarceration because the crime is not available. But later on, he was found to be innocent, and therefore he was acquitted of the crime. So were all these respondents under that kind of circumstances, or they were just simply released from prison because they have completed their term of service?
They are acquitted because they are just accused of the crimes po.
They were really simply accused of the crime.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
They were incarcerated, or
yes, sir.
They were detained.
Yes, sir. All of the inmates po in different jails po in Central Luzon are just accused individuals. All the sentence po are in the Mandaluyong or in the Bilibid prisons. That's why they are wearing a yellow t-shirt, meaning that they are just an accused person, sir.
Okay, so that's the real meaning of they are really acquitted.
Yes, sir.
Respond. Thank you.
Okay, I have just a follow-up comment also to Dr. Bernadette Gabor. Hi, Dr. Bernadette.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon. Yeah. Wow. Very inspiring tong research title mo, no? Hope Behind Bars, no? Project, and we would like to log your, the project on this, and this is sort of an extension program of the Bataan BPSU, right?
Yes,
BPSU.
Yes.
And you have offered training services as your extension program services, no? to the BJMP. What training services are those that you have trained them?
Under the tourism sector, we train them under the housekeeping NC2 program, food and beverage services, bread and pastry production that help them build po bakery sa jail, wherein they're catering po the needs of the jail itself. Then we have food processing, welding and fabrication under the College of Technology or the technology courses, refrigeration. We also have agriculture and other short-term courses po, such as t-shirt printing, soap making, that can help them po to generate income while they are staying at Bataan District Jail or the jail facility.
Okay. So the trainings led to the establishments of, cottage industries inside the facility, no?
Yes,
such as what you said, may bakery sila,
yes,
barbershop, salon and massage parlor, among others, no?
Yes, ma'am.
Congratulations on that program. Yeah. I just want to ask something on the paper of Dr. Alonto. Yeah, your research, this is very apt. No, etong nangyayari ngayon, itong situation sa atin, no? And your agency is directly, on the front line for this, no?
Yes, the front line.
This is a very good, approach, no?
Yeah.
To redirect the focus of, functions and approach of your people on the ground, no, to
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
to attend to this, how the processes, paano nyo ginawa with the short time of span na bigla lang dumating na eto na March 20 pandemic na, the time frame and how your program, paano nyo ito sinet up para mapaigi yung administration ng ng mga risk functions ng iyong mga tao on the ground.
Actually, ma'am, if you try to observe the institutions Hindi lang kami, not the immigration only. I think the entire world is not prepared for that.
True.
And then they have to improve their services because the client, the stakeholder, were being reduced because of the transactions.
Okay, again, this is a very good paper that you have presented, and sharing us your approaches in facing and embracing this situation that we have now, which is the pandemic. No?
Yeah, that's true.
Thank you for sharing that with us.
On the fourth sentence of the fourth paragraph states, there is a perfect degree of correlation and significant difference existed between the strategic managerial competencies of the administrators towards organizational efficacy of the Bureau. Could you possibly amplify the explanation with respect to the perfect degree of correlation as well as the significant difference existing between the strategic managerial competencies and towards organizational efficacy?
Well, based on our observation, the strategic managerial concern are how we can improve the services of the administrators in relation to the organization.
Thank you very much. I congratulate you for a very good research paper.
Yes, sir.
Thank you.
Dr. Maria Lisa. Opo.
Yes, Dr. Gloria.
Yes po. Various government agencies particularly are soliciting our comments. Yes. If we have additional inputs on this bill, which is an act instituting a policy of inclusion and services for learners with disabilities in support of inclusive education, the establishment of inclusive learning resource centers for learners with disabilities in all school districts, municipalities, and cities, and providing funds thereof. What caught my attention, ma'am, is that by March 12, 2022, this will already lapse into law. If you were able to have a review of this Senate bill and House bill, and there are specific things that are not or which are contrary to the findings of your study, we have to forward them immediately. Your study is a very good support kasi ang recommendation nyo ay, yes, this will be a policy directive, policy recommendation for policies, for directions, or for support for this House bill or Senate bill that might already lapse into law. Yun po.
Okay, I will note on that and I will examine further my review studies regarding that matter on relevant laws. That is very specific. Thank you for noting that, Dr. Gloria Mas. Paisa. And if ever I have this, maybe I will take note on that as part also of my recommendation, because 2 weeks time ang time frame po eh. Ipaparallel ko na lang po siguro sa additional recommendations ko. Thank you. Okay.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you very much again for that.
Could I make a comment on
sir.
on Dr. Geronimo?
Dr. Geronimo.
Yes, Dr. Geronimo.
Yes, sir.
Hi, ma'am. Good afternoon. Your paper is really very interesting. I think the findings of your study could possibly help our lawmakers to adapt or to accept this kind of arrangement between siblings or members of the family, that those who had been deprived of certain benefits like financial or educational benefits could be adopted by those siblings who have the capacity to let that child grow successfully in terms of mental health for fiscal health. So yeah, so I would suggest also that you bring this to the attention of our lawmakers, your papers, so that maybe one of the lawmakers after the election could sponsor the amendment on the laws on adoption. Thank you.
Thank you.
As dovetailed of the observation of Ombudsman Ramos, how about including a recommendation that the foster parents will adopt legally the children that they are taking care of?
Yes. As of now, sir, we were planning to include that as a recommendation. However, because of the law in the Philippines, they do not allow same-sex marriage.
Okay.
They cannot be adopted legally.
Yeah.
They can be adopted by one, but not both.
Okay. So anyway, Ombudsman Ramos is an expert on family relations law, the law of family relation. That is what he is teaching in the College of Law. You will consult him about the legal matters on this, so that you
We will do that as a follow-up.
you can come up with advocacy policy to be submitted to Congress.
We will do that, sir. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Geronimo.
Okay, thank you very much to our judges and presenters. So now may we request Dr. Baisa to please announce the winners for Best Paper and Best Presenter.
Sole winner on the best paper, we have Dr. Maria Lisa E. Tuazon for the paper Transformational Leadership, a Vehicle to Post-Secondary School Outcomes for Learners with Disabilities. Congratulations, ma'am.
Congratulations, ma'am.
Thank you. I'm surprised. Thank you very much.
And the two winners for the best presenter are Dr. Bernadette B. Gabor for the paper Hope Behind Bars Project, BPSU's Commitment to Social Justice and Transformation and Sourcing Tourism Manpower Behind Bars Through Education. Congratulations, Dr. Gabor.
Congratulations, Dr. Gabor.
Congratulations,
Thank you po.
Dr. Gabor.
And the other best presenter, yes, Dr. Maria Lisa Itwason, again for the paper Transformational Leadership, a Vehicle to Post-Secondary School Outcomes for Learners with Disabilities. Again, congratulations, Dr. Tuazon.
Thank you very much.
Congratulations, Dr. Tuazon.
Congratulations.
Thank you very much, everyone. It is my honor, really. Thank you. Thank you.
I would like to take this opportunity to thank everyone po for accepting our paper and for natutuwa po talaga ako na na-present po namin yung aming paper at mas marami po ang nakaunawa ano po yung focus ginagawa ng Bataan Peninsula State University. Looking forward po na magkasama-sama po tayo with the project po. Thank you.
I'm speechless actually. To all the judges, I'm really flattered and I'm very surprised. And I didn't know that my paper will be recognized like this because I thought not much in our educational system would recognize learners with disabilities in post-secondary education, because it has been a real problem in our country. And being an advocate also for special learners, we have been striving so hard, especially the parents. And I am quite emotional right now, because this paper is for them, for the parents and for the learners. I was able to create a program for them, the Camp Able Academy for young adults with exceptional abilities. This is to give them a source of income, because not after the college or in high school, the private and public sectors are not that open to accept, because of the stigma regarding these students or learners. And they are, after their school, they will go back to their homes again with their parents. And this gave me again an inspiration, another badge to give to the parents of these special learners, that they have a voice in our country, and we are now being considered, and a lot of people, all the while I thought you are not seeing us. And this is now a time for us, our community, to accept that it is only us who has this shortcoming, knowing that we are a small community. We are grateful, the Royal Institute, for giving us this chance. Again, maraming salamat po. Maraming salamat.
Congratulations, Dr. Tuason.
Thank you.
Congratulations again.
Maraming walang anuman.
Congratulations.
Thank you so much, Dr. Vice. And congratulations once again, Dr. Maria Lisa Tuason and Dr. Bernadette Gabor. May we now request Dr. Fellow Dr. Athena Georgine Ang, the President of Royal Institution Singapore, for her closing remarks.
So, we heard from the 7 presenters on their papers, and once again, I'd like to congratulate the winners today, right, of our best paper and best presenter. And yes, so I'm honored and pleased to thank all of you for your active participation, and congratulate all of you for presenting your papers, right? Because presenting the paper itself is a win, as was pointed out in the chat group just now. Okay, so yes, once again, we would like to share that our vision for Royal Institution is to be a world-class, global, multidisciplinary professional membership and accrediting institution. And we are committed to leveling the playing field by recognizing deserving people such as yourselves, and by serving as the premier platform for global networking, connecting education, business, commerce, industries, and facilitating collaboration, innovation, and perpetual learning for more opportunities, benefits, privileges, global recognition, and status. So while the international borders may be closed or may be opening up with vaccinated travel lanes, right? We still have to be safe and gather online, right? And we are still committed to having this platform where we can have our international research colloquium in a safe way. Thank you and blessings, everyone.
Thank you very much, Dr. Athena Georgine Ang, and stay safe. And that concludes our International Research Colloquium. Thank you very much for joining us today.
Thank you po.
Uh,
Thank you.